your engine.
On tonight's episode, we talk about Toyota, why you should buy one or why you shouldn't. Also, used cars or new cars, which one should you buy? And lastly, we review the 2011 Toyota Highlander. This is Backseat Drivers. We are back yet again, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Backseat Drivers. I am your host, Phil.
And I'm Jordan.
And I'm Nelly.
And Nelly, today's a very special day for you.
Yes, because we're talking about Toyota!
Finally. So what's actually going on?
There is a lot going on with Toyota, actually. Not all good.
Uh-oh.
It's not all good. Toyota isn't what it used to be. And to tell you the truth, the earthquakes and tsunamis overseas have taken a huge toll on Toyota.
Uh-oh. So their sales have dipped
Yes.
a lot.
It went from 314 million... or to 314 million from 112.2 billion.
That is a substantial decrease.
Yes. They've crumpled by 75% due to the catastrophic
And I remember
environment.
a year ago they had a lot of the recalls from the pedals. Remember that? That little incident?
Lexus
and the Prius, all that stuff going on there. I don't have a problem with Toyota, but me and Ellie were talking earlier, and Jordan, you can chime in on this. Toyota doesn't have any enthusiast cars, like the...
Not anymore.
Like the MR2, the Supra, the Celica. Nelly has owned 2 out of the 3.
Yes,
So
yes,
tell
I have.
me a little bit about those.
The MR2 went from the MK1, which... that generation ended in 89. It was more of a boxy
Jordan owned
toy
one too.
car.
I did own one. I owned an 87.
I had one of those too.
Yep.
And then the MK2 was the more rounded, longer version. And then they came out with an MRS. It was the girly version of the MR2.
Mrs.
Yes. They had a Mr. and then they had a Mrs. But the Mrs. had the 3S GTE engine in it, which was pretty good. And then they had the whole series of Celicas, which ended in early 2000s.
Yep.
Which I currently own. But they went from Cockroach, which is just the GT model, to the Cockroach with an S, the GTS model.
That's right. Now let me ask you guys this: what are some of the cars from Toyota that you don't like?
The Prius!
Yes.
Yes.
The Yaris!
Hands down. Prius takes the cake on that one. I think we are unanimous here.
Yes.
But I think that was their
Don't
venture
buy
car.
a Prius.
That was their venture hybrid car. They
And it's
ventured out there.
Still here. So
It had a lot of problems.
Still has a lot of problems. Kills people.
Well, there's still douchebags out there.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Douchebags need their Priuses.
Yep.
Now, what are some of the cars that you like that are out now? Now.
That are currently out.
Yes. What about you, Jordan? You have any favorites?
No.
No.
I honestly...
surprisingly, my favorite. I like the Camry. The Camry, the SE. My old roommate Carlos had one.
My dad has one.
It looks really nice.
It drives really
nice, and it looks really nice, and it's not that expensive.
It's a pretty good all-around car.
Jordan is just shaking his head in disgust.
But I mean, when you look at Toyota, all of their family cars, Toyota is now a family car company.
That's
right. The way I see it.
Yeah.
And that's why they have Lexus as their luxury family car, and Scion.
Scion is for all of us young people. Well, apparently get a ticket in it, because if you guys listened to a couple episodes ago, the Scion TC was number 3 of the most ticketed cars.
Yes.
One thing that did shock me is that Toyota has the most SUVs. They have, count, Nelly, how many they have?
7 different SUVs.
7. So picking
and only one is a hybrid.
Well,
we'll be touching on that a little bit later in the show.
That later. So, in conclusion, Nelly, I know obviously you're going to say yes, but would you buy a Toyota now? Now? Yes.
Honestly, no.
No, I'm shocked. I am shocked.
I mean,
wow.
I'm not saying that they're not good cars, because they're great cars, but there's...
Boring?
Yes.
Lame.
Jordan?
I'm not in that part of my life where I can give up my $2 car. I can't do that just yet.
You know my opinion on that, Phil.
Which is?
But I won't go to a Nissan.
Never, ever buy a new Toyota unless they change their ways.
What ways?
What ways do they have to change?
Bring back some fun cars, some enthusiast cars, like you said earlier.
That's why Lexus and Scion on there. Lexus brought out their LFA. I mean,
that's $500,000.
That's $500,000 I could buy.
But it's their fun car, and they also have the IS300C.
You're right.
That was a fun car.
I think a lot of the technicians for Lexus, not Lexus, for Toyota,
jump to Lexus,
making their cars. I don't think they know what the word fun is anymore.
No.
I think they would have to look that up in the dictionary.
Pretty much.
Generation X was in charge of fun cars, and they have graduated, moved on to different grades.
They're driving the Highlanders right now.
Yeah.
I would buy a Camry. I'd buy a new Camry. I like those. I like it. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, we're going to go on to the news, and you guys got some nice vehicles to show off here for the Craigslist cars of the week.
Yes, actually, we have found a 94 Supra.
Uh-oh.
It says that it's been recently reduced, and the reduced price is $22,000.
Is that still marketable price? Because I know Supras are still very expensive.
They are. Actually, it has 83,000 miles on it, so that's not bad. That is
for an
not
almost
bad.
20-year-old car.
Right. And it has navigation system, and I mean, it's in pretty good condition.
Nice.
The KBB on this car is actually 26,000, and they're selling it for 22.
Is it the twin turbo?
It's NA.
Oh wow. So in the end, I don't think it's worth it.
I think what they're pricing on this car is just the condition.
And the name.
The condition, the fact that it's no longer out there, that Toyota's a little boring now, and this should spice up your life. But if you have any questions, I guess you'll just have to call or text 813-505-1853.
Second Craigslist car of the week would be a Toyota Paseo 92, $1,800.
This ad has a lot of information in it.
A lot. I think
much information. I think you guys are gonna mess your pants.
You know what? It's so short. I'll read you the ad real quick. Good and gas, automatic. For more info, call 407-715-8049.
That's the Craigslist car of the week from Jordan.
This
is the cheap car. Toyota Paseo. It's a small car. It wasn't bad.
They're not horrible cars. They're good on gas. Pretty reliable.
What happened to the AE86?
Jordan decided that it was too
Paseo
expensive.
was better?
Yeah, Jordan needed a cheap car. You got the expensive car. We can't have two expensive cars up here.
Put the MR2 on there.
The Mr. 2. Anyway, I was surfing Yahoo Autos, and I came across a article that said, it didn't say anything. It had America's worst speed traps. So I think that would be a wonderful list to inform everybody, especially if you are living in these cities, to know that there are these speed traps. So let me tell you guys, let me start off the list here. At number 10, we have Los Angeles, California with 151 speed traps, which is a lot when you think about it. I mean, the average ticket can run up to what? I mean, Nelly, you get tickets all the time. How much are your tickets?
Hey, calm down. But apparently, your speeding ticket in LA can approach $1,400.
Which is outrageous. All right, Jordan, what's next?
Number 9, you have Chicago, Illinois. Speed traps are 153.
Which is almost. Which is almost too much. I'm kidding.
No, that's too ridiculously too much. And they're using red light cameras now for them.
Which we've adopted pretty much from Europe, too.
True.
Speed cameras, which suck.
Yes.
All right, Nelly, what's
And then we have Texas. Dallas, Texas with 156 traps.
Ooh. Well, everything's bigger in Texas, so I guess the fines are just as big, too.
Probably.
And apparently Dallas is one of the 3 cities in Texas that has made this list.
3.
So, for you Texas listeners, keep listening.
Yeah.
You might be on this list.
Yep. Now, number 7, this one hits a little close to home, because this is our home.
little
Orlando,
close?
Florida, with 165 speed traps. Mainly because this is a huge tourist city. You got a lot of tourists, don't know where they're going. They start to drive in the flow of traffic and they get lost or whatever. Cops will pull you over, especially on I-4, the 528, even on Colonial, which is 50. There are cops everywhere. So be careful, especially if you guys are listening in Orlando, that Orlando is number 7 in the whole country of cities with the most speed traps.
And buckle up.
And let me tell you, that's very true, because near Millennia and anywhere on I-4 by Maitland, you will get caught. You will get caught.
All right, what's next, Jordan?
For all you listeners in Denver, Colorado, y'all better watch out. Speed traps are 165.
Yep. Now, what's funny about this is that Colorado is also like Texas, where they don't have to comply with state laws. They make their own.
That's because they have the home rule.
Crazy.
So if your governor or mayor says that they want the speed limit to be 35, even though the safe limit is 55,
they can do it.
Yeah, they have the home rule.
All right, Nelly, what's next?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, no, Florida up there.
I'm surprised it doesn't say Gainesville, Florida. But it says Jacksonville, Florida, with speed traps at 175.
That's so much. Coming in at number 4 is another Colorado one. We have Colorado Springs with 186. Remember, Colorado has that home rule where they can pretty much make whatever they want. So I'm sure Colorado will stay on that list forever.
I've been to Colorado multiple times, and let me tell you, it makes no sense to apply the home rule. These people do not drive fast.
No, but they need money.
No.
So.
Okay, the cops there give tickets for throwing a cigarette butt out of the window.
All right,
they need a better
cops
hobby.
in Denver or Colorado Springs listening to this, take the dick out of your butt.
Yeah. They're coming to get you, Phil.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Number 3, we have Las Vegas, Nevada.
You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Except your tickets.
Except your tickets.
They will follow you.
And
follow
your
you,
debt.
follow you. Yes.
100
That's why people are running from their debt.
Yeah.
So they have to set up these speed traps to catch you.
There you go, exactly.
All right.
And you have 187 of those speed traps following you.
And we're back in Texas, specifically Austin, Texas. Speed traps are all the way up to 189.
What's number 1, Phil?
Number 1, let me guess. It's a Texas one. It is Houston, Texas. You know, the speed traps in Texas are so bad, pretty much any city in Texas could be number 1.
It's true. It's very true.
How many speed traps you got up there, Phil?
Okay. Just, Nelly, go ahead and say how many were in number 2. How many were in number 2?
189.
Alright, well, check this out. Houston has 373 speed traps.
Oh my god.
What is that, like all the cops from the entire state in one spot?
You know,
Or half the state in one spot?
Pretty much.
yo, check this out. The average speeding ticket in the United States is about $150. Multiply that, and that's $450,000 a day. If you pull over that many people, you know how much that is a year, just in tickets? $14 million.
And what's our economy bitching about?
I'm not sure. But, you know, these speed traps aren't even fair. How do you go from a speed limit of 55 straight down to 25, or go from 70 miles per hour straight down to 50? Like, that doesn't make any
So
sense.
that doesn't allow any leeway. It doesn't allow any time to slow down.
It doesn't.
That, you know what? That goes back to our last episode where it says, do not brake heavily.
Yeah, that'll get you pulled over quick.
It really will. Phil, quick question. Used cars and new cars, which one would you buy?
If I had an actual option, because I can't afford a new car, but
Well, if you had the option.
if I had the option, I would
And the credit.
shut up. I would still stick with a used car.
Yeah?
Want to know why?
Go ahead.
Because a lot of the cars now that are used, you know, they have a lot of certified pre-owned cars, so they're going to be cheaper. They're going to be a lot cheaper than new cars. New cars depreciate so much as soon as you even just drive off the lot.
Yep.
And what really upsets me too is that they are like cell phones, or an iPad or something.
They're
They have new
constantly
models.
changing.
They have new models all the time. So
But, okay, Would you buy a brand new Toyota that has this new window technology in it?
Enlighten us.
Lighten us a little bit here, Nelly.
It's basically, you use it like an iPad, right? Where you take your fingers on the screen and you swipe it to, zoom in on something. Except it's on a window. And there's nothing else around it. It's on a window and you zoom in to the landscapes outside.
Now, what's the actual web page is that on so that you just can check that out really quick if they want to take a
It's on
video?
Autoblog and there's an actual video. And the article is called Toyota offers Backseat passengers a new window to the world.
Yes. Funny thing is that's not an actual demonstration of the product because they haven't made it yet. But I do see